Right, we have a new PNI HP6500 here for optimisation, and it's come on AM channel 2. So if we do this in the centre of the band, so that it, not that it's going to make any difference to where we do it in the band, but if we do it in the centre of the band, we'll do it, rather than UK channel 1, we'll do it CPT channel 40. So I'll go to FM. What's that doing? That's RF gain. Right. I'll go to FM. I've turned the squelch to standby. We'll go to channel 40, so we're in the centre of the band. Just turn the volume down for a moment. So once it's doing AM, FM, so we will do AM modulation, and we'll add we'll better kind of split this and do FM. There won't be any different. There won't actually be any difference because there's nothing to tune. So I'm wasting my time, aren't I? I didn't say before and after in that respect. So they don't have PA. That's one thing I can knock off. Let's see what he's doing on transmit. So we're at 13.8 volts. I think normally about 2.7 watts. So we're on channel 40 CPT. So it's going to be 1 CPT, 40 CPT, and then 40 UK. We'll probably, I don't know what we're going to do, have to keep reprogramming it, aren't we? So channel 40, put picture on. We're on the 3 watt scale, and after a half-second delay it's 2.5 watts. Right, we'll go to channel 1. .7 watts. And on channel, let's go. We'll have to reprogram this now for UK. No, I think we'll do the. It doesn't have low power. We'll do receive first. Our transmit power. Let's go back to channel 40, so we're in the centre of the band. Our transmit power consumption is 1.575 amps. Modern sets draw more current than older ones, all CPU controlled, so it's kind of gone backwards, hasn't it, really? Does it have a meter at all? For what it's worth, because it's pre-programmed, and it's 4 bars. So let's go into receive, so we want 27.405. Before we do that, let's see where we are on transmit. 27.40484. It won't be adjustable, but it'll be pretty close. Because by the time everything's warmed, this has only been on 10 minutes. By the time things are warmed up, that'll be very, very close. So let's see what we've got. Now we have to put an adapter in. We have to put a mono to stereo or a stereo to mono adapter in. Otherwise these short out. Just be aware of that when using extension speaker, you need a stereo to mono adapter. So we have got, let's go over to the synod meter, and this won't change because the receive's non-tunable. We've got, oh, I'm assuming the RF gain must be switched on. Yeah, it was. Because that was awful. That's better. So 0.38. And for 10 dB, 0.34. And for 20 dB, 0.59. So if we go to AM, yep, we're in AM. And we'll do that again. It will now be much less sensitive. It's 0.8. For 10 dB, 0.68. And for 20 dB, it is 1.9. Go back to FM. This is where the squelch is. So, squelch, that's the highest it does. Let's see where that is. It is 5.2 millivolts. Don't think it's adjustable. And that's fine. It's got auto squelch as well, but it's adjustable, so I don't need to kind of set a parameter for that. So squelch again. Let's go to minimum. And the minimum squelch is 0.1 there, whatever that means. And squelch comes in at 0.62 microvolts, which is excellent. Should we do AM squelch? I don't think we've ever done that before. .68 and maximum 2.8. Don't know why I'm showing you that when I should be showing you the attenuator. Where are we? It is 4.7 millivolts. That's interesting. Slightly more sensitive on AM for squelch. Okay, now the meter, let's go back to AM, oh sorry, to FM. FM there. Let's put S9 on the meter. It reads 7. So for it to read S9, which is there, just turn the squelch down to something like off. So for it to read S9, it is 175 microvolts. And that won't be adjustable. See what the deviation is on this test set. I'll have to retune the test set. Wallow. Wallow. It's 1.2 according to this, but I can't believe that. And on AM, this does work on AM. Wallow. It's beyond 90%. It actually wants to come down. It's 95%. It wants to come down to 90. Good. Well, that's a good start. We'll worry about UK FM right at the end. Right, so we'll better get it into UK mode to get our final parameters. So I've printed off the appropriate bits of the instruction book. So what do? Switch it off. Press and hold AF and press the up down. Oh, that's scan. Yeah. Oh, that didn't work, did it? And then what? Off and on. So now we're on UK. It'll go between CPT FM and UK FM, but we've lost the ability to do AM at this stage. So what we'll just do is pop that on channel, wrong button, pop that on channel 40. Now, is that UK or not? Let's have a look. So that's CPT, that's UK, right. And we have 2.35 watts. I didn't show you that. Yes, I did. 2.35. Let's see where it is on frequency now, because we're now a couple of hours later on. It is spot on now. I've gone and turned it off again because I keep thinking the big knob's a channel change. But we'll go to CPT to get that, so we've got the same figure. 27,40495. $27,40495. So that's spot on. It'd be nice if it was very, very slightly high, but it isn't. Right, so we need to get some more power out of this, and it's a sealed radio, but it's not going to be sealed for much longer. Is it that one? It's not that one. Sometimes I have to raid Mr. Chippy's bench for strange screwdrivers. Right, so what's this? T6. So if I remember right, there's just 3 adjustments in these. Right, well, we'll connect up to the test set and we'll do the deviation. So what did we read on the Marconi test set? We looked about 1.7. Let's see what it is on this test set. I will go to the main meter for when we're ready to come back to this test set. Wow, it's it's about 1.7. So we just need to pop that up to peak at 2.5. So I want 2.2 average. Wow, that's it. Right, we'll change test sets again. Okay, so back onto FM on this test set. Wow, it's saying 1.7, so it's playing up today, which is why we use the other one. So we've done that. We need to do the power, and we knew there used to be 2 presets on early production, and what happened there is that you've got low power for Germany, but that's changed, hasn't it, since 2014, so they've modified these accordingly. I can't remember which one's which. I think that's power. Anyway, we'll soon find out, won't we? So we're on channel 40 CPT. Just make sure we are. We are, yes. And you can see we're at 2.6.5 watts. That's 3 watts for full scale. Right, so that takes us to 3 watts. Let's start now. We can do 4 watts. It's there. Good. Now then, AM mod. It was too high. So we'll just use the little oscillator. Can't do FM, can I? I'll have to now reprogram it. Forgot about that. Anyway, let's do the power thing. So we're on channel 40 CPT. So it's now 4 watts. Let's go to UK. Won't be 4 watts there. And it's doing 3.5 watts. And let's go back to CPT so we can get our current figure. It's now 1.83 amps. And then channel 1 CPT. I've gone and turned the set off again. Channel 1 CPT, we've got 3.9 watts. So you can see they're factory optimised for CPT. There's nothing wrong with 3.5 watts. And that's from my test set, which is, I keep saying, is a commercial test set. So 3.5 with no interference is what I'm reading. So you put that on a hobby meter, it's probably doing about 5. Anyway, we need to go back to it being on CPT so we can do. I'll just do that. It was indeed 1.7 kilohertz. It's now 2.2 to 2.5 kilohertz. We're not doing VCO. We're going back to AM mod. So if if I remember rightly, it was holding that button, and then is it EU for yeah. So now we want channel 40 AM. So, of course I'm going the wrong way. There we go. And we'll now look at the mod, which was too high. Power. Wallows over the top. It's 90% full scale deflection. So you don't want it to be over the top, or it's just not going to work very well. Just need to pop that down a fraction. That's the wrong way. Wallow. I'd say that's about 95%. So just less. I'll put it down as 95%, but it is just less than that. I'm in danger of going into squedging it how it was. So there's no before and afters because the receiver is non-adjustable. So what does the meter read now on power? 4 bars, the same. On FM, it's 4 bars, the same. It's nothing adjustable. There's nothing there to do on the receiver. So that was it. I better take a photo of this just for future reference. And so deviation, power, and AM modulation. We've seen this type of stuff, I'm not saying the PNI in particular, we've seen so many of these destroyed by the silly modification people who do all kinds of strange things and get them to do about 6 watts for 30 seconds. So don't be tempted. Legality aside, they just end up in the bin. Good. So it's a lot of faff because although there's only 3 adjustments, having to constantly change the machines here, all the instruments from one thing to another, is quite a faff. So it's probably taken longer to do this than it has to do an Amstrad 901 repair. And then they go on to say here about FCC statement, but the FCC has nothing to do with this. These are European sets. These MultiNorms aren't permitted in the United States, so this is utter BS. These don't go to America. Right, we'll get it put back together. Right. Well, I'll put it on the aerial and we may as well have a whip through those channels. We'll put it on the UK for our tests. Let's go back to its internal speaker. So we're on CPT FM at the moment. One Anna, Roger. Right, let's go to AM. One Anna, Roger. Well, just a pile of interference as far as I'm concerned. Right, let's go into UK. One Anna, Roger. Like most modern sets, remember to wait half a second from pressing transmit to it's actually doing the transmitting. Let's put the squelch on. Put the squelch on a bit more. I'm not a lover of squelch in a menu. And you've got the auto squelch as well, which is you set to a different level. Right, well there you go. PNI HP6500. Now optimised. Thank you for watching.